I don't think you really understand what this means. People spend their whole lives not knowing what to do with themselves, journeying from one place to the next, unable to invoke some clarity. I thought it would take me a bit longer, but now it's become all too clear what I must do, what I was put on this earth to do, what must be done in this moment. No pressure then. If you had told me in the wake of the Nintendo Switch's reveal trailer that the first original Mario game for the console would be a spin-off tactical RPG with mascots that the world has tried to forget, I would have believed you. Contrary to the popular belief that the reveal of Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle at this year's E3 was a complete shock to me, for some reasons we'll get into very soon, I was tipped off late last year that Ubisoft and Nintendo were getting together to do something that I should be excited for by account of my name. Yes, this collaboration has produced a playable Rabid character who dresses up as Luigi for some reason. Yes, he was referred to both during E3 and in the game as RabbidLuigi. Comment sections on YouTube videos, notifications on social media, emails from higher-ups at Ubisoft and Nintendo. They've all been filled with people in hysterics over this coincidence for nearly 3 months now. Luckily my name has no capital letters and is all one word, so I don't have to sue anyone. Shouldn't make it all about me though. Turns out that there is an actual video game behind all of this chaos, and since E3, I've had various opportunities to play this game before release date. Nintendo invited me to London to play a short demo, the crazy bastards at Ubisoft were willing to cover the cost of the Eurostar to get me to Paris for a good few hours of gameplay, and I've only just come back from Gamescom, hence why there wasn't a video last Sunday, where I played the demos offered up by Nintendo and Ubisoft. Turns out that it was the same demo, probably didn't need to wait in all of those lines, but I've also been playing the copy that Ubisoft sent me along with the merchandise of myself. The short of all of that is that I've had plenty of time to work out how I feel about this game. Just as well, because without it, I don't think I would have arrived to the conclusion that this game is really fun and enjoyable, but it had no right to be. I look at Mario and Rabbids as a concept, and all I hear in my head are the screams of frightened children. Is Miyamoto okay? Have Ubisoft got some kind of leverage on him or Nintendo that we should be worried about? Because I probably wouldn't let my main mascot go gallivanting off with the Rabbids. Who knows what kind of influence they would have? Before you know it, Mario will be talking gibberish or starring in minigame compilations or getting involved with guns. No, wait, Mario, no, there's no way back. Should mention, though, that this collaboration does inject some humor into a game starring Mario. Most games with Mario in them are a little dry on comedy. Absolutely jam-packed with charm, but they very rarely put any focus on the writing side of things. This is where Ubisoft taking charge of the project is a wonderful thing. It might not always be the kind of humor you're into, but it did put a smile on my face on a number of occasions, and that's all I ask. This extends to the story, and holy shit, someone made a plot for this game. Some child genius has made this VR headset that can merge 2 items together. The Rabbids turn up in a washing machine in a bizarre attempt to make this game canonical within the Rabbids universe, and various things happen which result in the numerous Rabbids being combined with a bunch of different objects and ruining the one day of prosperity the Mushroom Kingdom has ever enjoyed. You know, it's a bit of background that has to be there, otherwise you won't be able to enjoy any part of this game. It even gives you a backstory for Rabbid Peach and why taking selfies is 95% of her character. Honestly, she's lucky she didn't become part phone. This guy straight up became a balloon. RabbidLuigi, he just is. No reason. Apparently he's a wizard. I can see how they would get there. I think the general concern with this game before it came out and roughly around the time when it was leaked is what kind of game would Ubisoft put Mario in, especially if they're giving him a gun. There's a lot to like about this game, but I think the main thing is that Ubisoft have made a genuinely engaging tactical RPG with a huge variety of movement and attacking options without implementing these features in a way that overwhelms the player. You can move, you can shoot, you can jump on allies' heads, cover is kinda cool and stuff, there's some funky abilities you can use that give shields or extra bits of damage, and then there's enemies who can do all of that too, but it's all introduced gradually, so you can't complain about being overcome with information and tactical potential. Still does feel weird seeing Mario with a gun though. Even weirder, they made Luigi a sniper and gave Peach a goddamn shotgun. If someone could mod last year's Doom so that you're running around as a princess, I quite like that. Though that reminds me, because I think there was a general consensus that Mario and Rabbids would be a fairly easy game. Maybe it's the aesthetic design or the presence of the Rabbids or just having all these options for dealing with bad guys, but I'm pleased to report that no, it's it's not that easy. When I was in Paris by Ubisoft's invitation, they had us play through an early game before throwing us at a level right at the end of the game. And oh boy, it gets tasty at points. The biggest giveaway is that sometimes your objective isn't to kill everything in sight, and instead to rush for the end zone. These levels in particular show just how hard this game can make it for you as the focus shifts to a mad dash to the finish line, with all sorts of problems in your way. I think I prefer these because it puts more of an emphasis on efficient movement across the battlefield and picking your fights wisely. Only one of your team has to make it to the end for you to win, so with certain characters like Luigi, who has extra movement, you spend your time lining up the route to the end and, yeah, somehow won that. Everyone else is very dead, but, yeah, technicalities. I wish it had multiplayer though. I mean, it does have a local co-op mode where each player gets a Joy-Con and 2 characters of their choosing to take on a series of challenges that again, do get harder as you work your way through them, but I feel like with the tools that would be at the disposal of both players, you'd have a real game of chess to contend with if they were going against each other. Also, some online play would be cool, especially with Nintendo showing with Splatoon and ARMS that they might know what they're doing now. The game may be simple, but it doesn't really feel like a game I would invite someone to play co-op of if they hadn't played it before. Just because the basics are easy to understand, but when you're getting into skill trees, movement combos, enemies that behave in different ways, I reckon that'd be a steep learning curve. Oh well, there's DLC on the way. Not sure if Ubisoft can find space in between the new weapons maps and some other groovy things for a PvP mode, but I hold out hope. Gotta say though, I am genuinely surprised with how Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle plays out. If anything, it's a testament to the versatility of a character like Mario that you can put him alongside characters as one-dimensional as the Rabbids and have the whole game elevated as a result. The Rabbids themselves are effectively comic relief, but contribute so much that it really comes down to whether or not you can tolerate their antics during the course of the adventure. An adventure which, and I realise I've forgotten to mention this until now, is a lot longer than I thought it would be. The battles themselves don't tend to last too long, but there's usually 2 or 3 per chapter and 10 or so chapters per world. Having it segmented like this plays really nicely into the idea of playing Mario and Rabbids in short sessions, which is very possible considering the Switch's portability. And hey, given that Mario has never been in a tactical RPG like this before, are we running out of genres that he hasn't dabbled with at some point? Who knows, maybe if this game sells well, we might see a Mario and Far Cry crossover in the future. I think I'll reserve my judgment over whether or not Ubisoft know what they're doing until after the DLC comes out though. Still a chance for problems there. Oh, and if Nintendo and Sakurai want to put my boy in the next Smash Bros game, just give me a heads up first. I'd need to prepare myself. Thank you for watching, and thank you to Ubisoft for sending me this box of goodies and the review copy. Take care, everyone.